Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Radio Jonesy, and in this video I'd like to discuss 5 things which I started to do after I turned 60, but really this last 12 months has really changed my early retirement years. And yes, these 5 things are small in the way they come across, but in the process of achieving these 5 goals, it can really affect your life in a positive way. And I found it's really affected me in my retirement, and it's helped me out with my part-time side hustles that I do a bit of radio work, and then I do some other work for another little company, but it's just little bits I do now for the early years of my retirement. So let's get on with it. My first thing that I don't do after turning 60 is I don't care what people think of me. It sounds strange. It does. I don't care what people think. I suppose it's like the old Facebook, social media sort of aspect of life these days, where if you keep putting yourself out there, which I am doing here with YouTube, you obviously you're in, you get everyone's got an opinion, and I respect everyone's opinion, and freedom of speech is one of life's fantastic things, depending on where you live. But definitely it's I do appreciate everyone's opinion, and look, I do respect other people. But when you've worked in radio, and people seem to listen to you daily, and then they'll I don't know, they have a preconception of who you are, what you do. Well, I don't try to live up to anyone's high and mighty standards. I live up to my standards, and I just do what I do that makes me feel good. So that's the first thing. Don't care what people think, about you. And I jotted down here, and I just don't care. That's what you get to your stage in your life where you just go, I'm happy with who I am and what I do. So that is my first thing. I do not care of what people think of me. I do care what you think, so put it in the comments. That was like a YouTube joke, I suppose. But hey, that's the first one of I don't care what people think of me. The second one is very similar. It's got a very similar aspect to that in a way, is I don't put up with problem people. And it's as common as it is. Like, how many times in your life have you got problem people, friends, family, neighbors, whatever they are, and you feel that they're a problem for you? Well, it's just water off a duck's back. I avoid them like the plague. I have certain friends that I have in the music scene, or I have friends that I have in just general life, indeed, and even family members that I for one reason or another, I just avoid them. I just for whatever reason it is, that's problem people are like, on another video I've said, you've got that one person that's always putting their hand out, can you help me here, can you help me there, I need 100, or can you sling me a 20, whatever it is. But that's just one sort of problem. But there's other problems with just problem people that are negative, always down, always angry with the world, always trying to find out what's it all about. Well, it's about living, and it's about enjoying your time in your place, in your day. Like, absolutely. Today I'm in Tasmania, and the weather doesn't usually get warm here. Today was warm. One of the small companies that I do a little bit of work for had a Christmas party, invited me to the party. I don't really like hanging out in crowds, and I normally would avoid it, Another work colleague friend wanted to have a few alcohol beverages, and I said, look, I'll drive there and I'll take him, and that was the reason. It sort of got me motivated to go to this place. But I sat down in my little spot, and I just really just didn't really care too much about the problem people. I just sort of connected with the people that are friendly with me, and just, it was a cordial lunch. It was a lovely feed, to be honest, and they were very nice to have that social gathering of work colleagues, especially when you're only a very, very small part of that company and you only work there, one day every now and again. But if you avoid problem people, like I've worked at other companies where there's some people think they're fighting above their weight, or they think they're this and they're not, and they act like they're this and they're not, and it takes a bit of reality for that to smack them between the eyes, and then they realize, hey, wow, maybe I better start at my level again and work my way back. But if you avoid problem people, life is good. It's sort of like with the first point, I don't care what people think. If you look after yourself, life is good. Look after the small things, life is good. And surround yourself with good people. Hey, that's what life's about. And that's my second point. The first point, I don't care what people think of me. The second point, I don't put up with problem people. What are they? What are those points? Do they relate to you, viewers? If anyone knows Paul Hogan, g'day viewers. Yeah, I digress. But yeah, Paul Hogan, old Crocodile Dundee for the Americans, and used to be. Here's a small little tidbit before we move on. Used to be the lifeguard at Granville Public School, at Granville Public Pool. Point number 3, I don't have expectations. See, this is another thing I don't do anymore. I don't have expectations of other people. I don't give them a high expectation. I don't give them a low expectation. I just don't care. And when you sort of get into that mindset, your mindset is about you, what you can do, what you're out there to do, what you're out there to achieve, and you out and do it. So when and these 3 things so far all fit into that same category, whereas you don't care what people think, you don't put up with problem people, and then you don't have expectations of people, whether it's high, whether it's low. Just let them do what they do, and you do what you do. And in a strange way, that seems to work for me anyway. That seems to work. Like if I go into a radio studio, and the producer, you might know who they are, you might have worked with them before, and you just expect the basics, and if you get more, well, that's a bonus. But I don't care. I just don't have high expectations of people, that's for sure. I just take everyone as they are on the day that I'm with them. So that is point number 3. I don't have high expectations of anybody. And thanks for watching the video. I've got another 2 more points that are very important. But I'd just like to say, I'm a new channel. I've been in YouTube for a long time, but this Radio Jonesy channel is relatively new. Handful of videos. It's a conversation channel. It's a channel just to get the conversation started. I like reading the comments, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's fabulous. I've got that enjoyment. I try to reply to most, and as well, I'll like and heart. I've had a look, and anyway, let's move forward. Point number 4 on 5 things I don't do anymore after 60. Point number 4 is that I don't set unrealistic and difficult goals to achieve. So I've done all that. I've set them goals back in my 30s, in my late 20s. Even when I was playing sports, I had these high goals I wanted to achieve. Now I'm at the youth of my retirement, in the 60-year-old bracket, where you're 60 to 70. You've got more time up your sleeve, and you're ready and raring to get out and enjoy your free time, which you really haven't had over your working life and your family rearing and trying to achieve all your little goals. Well, now at the age of 62, it is, don't set goals that are difficult to achieve. Like I set a goal here. I want to put this video out. I just want to talk about a few things that are good for me at this stage of my life, and if that can assist and help somebody else, that is fabulous. Let me go over the 5 things. This is the first thing. I'm only up to number 4, but the first thing is, I don't care what people think, and if you can get that into your psyche, life is good. Second thing is, don't put up with problem people. Definitely let them go. Let all them problem people go. You don't need them in your life. Third is that I don't have high expectations of anybody, of people. I don't have high expectations of myself. Like, I just do what I feel like I need to do at this stage of my life, and life is good. And the fourth one was, don't set difficult goals to achieve, which, like, do you need to set difficult goals at this stage in your life? Do you need to be pushing yourself hard? It's time, at this stage in life, it is time to just sit back, relax, smell the roses, enjoy the garden. I'm looking out a window now at the garden. I've got a lawn that's been attacked by the local wildlife, the wallabies that come in here every day. I've seeded it. That's a goal I've done. I've said, you know what, I'm going to try to not buy turf. I'm going to put some seed out and put some soil on top, and let's see what happens. Well, it's actually coming up nicely. So little goals. That's what I'm about these days. Little goals. And the last thing I'd like to say that of the 5 things I don't do after 60 is, and this is a good one too, I don't try to keep busy. That's a good goal. When you think about it, I don't try to keep busy. I don't, if I want to do something like this, I'll come out to my little studio here and I'll do it. If I want to hit the sticks on the drums, I used to play the drums every single day. You know what, after a trip we did in 2020, I hardly play. I basically stopped. Now but I have some fun every now and again. But I just don't try to keep busy. I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it. And if you get sort of that into your psyche, if you can afford to do it like that, if you're at that stage of your life where you can actually, you know what, I'm going to go down that beach every day, and I'm going to jog on the sand, or I'm going to walk on that path, or I'm going to go do laps of the block. That's fabulous to be there and to do that sort of stuff. But I just don't set goals like that. I'll go down to the beach very soon, actually, after I finish this video. It's the time of the night. It gets dark here around 9 o'clock at night this time of year, so I'll go down around 7. It's half an hour away from that right now. So yeah, so that's what I do. I don't try to keep busy. So there's my 5 things. I just try to slow down. Here's a couple of notes I wrote. I like to chill out and do what I'd like to say to you, to chill out, slow down, and do what you want to do and what you enjoy to do. And life is good. That's all I want to say. The 5 things. I'll go over them again. Don't care what people think. Don't put up with problem people. Don't have high expectations of others. Don't set goals that are difficult to achieve. And don't try to keep busy. Just chill. relax, smell the roses. Hey, this is Radio Jonesy. Until we meet again, ciao. Well, the Christmas lights are on the tree out the back. Yeah, it's come up nice.